Hello, this is my oral presentation on The Giver and its take on pain. So The Giver, there's a lot to go into on The Giver, but in essence, The Giver is about Jonas living in a society that has chosen to remove basically all real choice. What you're seeing is the cover. It's a very interesting cover. But in the society, all choice, all real pain difference has kind of been removed. At the cost of things like love and family, those things don't exist in the society. But Jonas is, when he reaches the age of 12, he's assigned his job. And he is uniquely chosen for what is referred to as the receiver of memories. So they need someone in this society to remember the things they gave up. And that is the job of the receiver and the giver. So Jonas meets the giver gives him memories, and over time Jonas sees the beauty and also the pain that was given up by the society, and eventually he kind of breaks down because he used to be so connected to all these people, and now he feels so alone, and basically he ends up, at the end of the book, running away from the society. And as a result, all the things he's remembered get released into society, but he can't remain there anymore. He's too separated now, so he has to leave. The giver remains to kind of help the people with the new memories they're going to have. And basically, the book basically implies that when Jonas leaves, the society of the sameness is collapsing. That's it. They're done. They can't anymore because everybody will have memories. Now the summary of the giver. We can talk about what the real message of the giver is. What I gave was a very basic summary, and it glosses over a lot of stuff that happens. But the basic argument of the giver is that you can't enjoy life to the fullest without knowing pain. For example, one of the first memories that Jonas receives is a memory of sledding down a hill. And it goes into great detail, him describing snow pricking against his skin and just the jubilation of the wind blowing in his face. Later on, when one of the first painful memories he's given is, they go back to that memory, but instead of a nice sled down the hill, the sled catches the ice. It flips, he goes flying, he gets injured, he feels, for the first time in his life, real horrible pain. And it scares him. And he stays away for a while. He doesn't go back to the giver for quite a while, which is something he can do. But he goes back. He goes back because he still wants to experience that good. And he keeps going back. Despite the pain, he also gets joy. He describes and feels war. He sees war, very specifically, I believe, what's described as probably World War I. And pain and suffering and old age. But he also gets family, love, something he doesn't get at home. And he, over time, begins to feel very separated. And again, I'm going back into the summary, but he keeps going back for the memories because he enjoys them. And what this basically is saying is that the enjoyment that derives from life is worth the pain that can go along with it. The chance of that perfect sledding experience, of the wind blowing in your face and the joy and jubilation, is worth the chance of that sled catching in the ice underneath and flipping the sled and you getting hurt. There's the very famous quote, it is better to have loved and lost than to never have loved at all. And that is, in essence, the argument of the giver. It is better to suffer pain in the pursuit and experiencing of joy than to never know the joy at all. It's better to know the highs and lows of life, the roller coaster of life. It's better to experience the roller coaster of life than to walk along the path beside the roller coaster. Because those highs and lows make life worth living. And that is, in essence, the argument of the giver. Everything in the society described is controlled. Language, the precision of language is a very important detail. And that's something that we are facing nowadays. The controlling and constraint of what words you can use, what words aren't okay to use. Already there are laws in the countries like the UK where making jokes, despite the context, can get you jail time and fines. This is a thing that's becoming reality, and that's the giver shows that the end result is not good. We need to recognize that being uncomfortable is good. Being uncomfortable is a good thing, because without failure, you can't know success. You can't learn. And if you can't learn, you can't succeed. Thank you for taking part in this. Thank you.